Okay, so getting back into our coverage over Ultimate Spider-Man with Ultimate Spider-Man number 5, we actually pick up with Norman Osborn. Now, we're in the past. This is months ago in the past, but we do pick up with Norman Osborn and Emily. And you have the two characters right now talking about the idea of their son being late once again. And of course, they are talking about Harry Osborn. Now, when it comes to Harry, he tries his best to call up his dad and say, "Hey, dad, listen, this is why I am going to be late, but don't worry, I am nearby." But for Norman, it doesn't matter. You should always be on time for almost every single thing, no matter what. And matter of fact, you have Norman tell Harry, "I'm still waiting for you to show me that you are a man and not a boy." Now, right after Norman says that, we pick up at the moment when Stark Tower gets blown up thanks to the Maker's Cabal. And so, Harry Osborn, his last conversation with his father is really more of his dad being upset with him. But then having to see blocks away Stark Tower getting blown up in front of his eyes. Now, a few weeks after that moment, we do pick up with Harry and Gwen. Now remember, in this new Ultimate Universe, Harry and Gwen are married, which honestly made things a tad bit more interesting for Spider-Man fans out there. But when it comes to Harry and Gwen, they're having a conversation with Norman Osborn's lawyer. Now, when it comes to his lawyer, he does inform Harry that Harry is going to inherit every single thing that his father had left behind, including the company. Now, when it comes to Harry, he also gets word that somebody left a message for him. Now, the lawyer says he has no idea what this message actually means, but he does know who had left it behind. And of course, the message came from the Kingpin, Wilson Fisk. Now, to the outside world, it may seem that the Kingpin is just your regular businessman and that's it. But in reality, in the shadows, this man is the governor of the greater New York territory. And also, he is the Kingpin of crime of Manhattan. Now, when it comes to the Kingpin, the reason why he called this meeting with Harry is to talk about the company that was left behind by Obadiah Stane and the Stark family. Because remember, in the Ultimate Marvel universe, those two families actually work together. They share the company with one another. But Obadiah Stane died a while back, and currently there's no Starks around at the moment. And so Kingpin owns the company, but he wants to make sure there is no way that this company could possibly rise up and cause him more problems down the road. And so he believes that Harry can do a great job to make sure this company is completely destroyed. He says, "Harry, I am going to sell you the company. I want to make sure there is no way down the road that this company can bite me in some kind of way. So I want you to take care of getting rid of everything left in that company." Now, 2 weeks after that conversation, we do pick up with Harry Osborn, Gwen, and also Dr. Octavius. Yes, you heard that right. We're getting our first look at Dr. Octavius. Now, the three characters were able to find a lab that was left behind by the Starks. And once they are able to break into the lab, they find all these different Iron Man suits and different kinds of technology inside this room. But also, they find a database that contains a lot of information about the Cabal and also Wilson Fisk. Now, when it comes to Dr. Octavius, like I said, he works for Harry Osborn. And so you have Harry assign Doc Ock to go through every single piece of data inside that database to learn everything about what's going on inside this lab. And also what kind of information was kept on the different members of the Cabal, especially Wilson Fisk. And Doc Ock is down with the idea of doing everything for Harry and Gwen. Now, we do jump forward in time to the point where now we're only 4 months from the present day. And so now we pick up with Harry Osborn getting his Green Goblin suit. The suit was actually created by Doc Ock, and he was only able to create it by using the tech that was left behind in this lab. Now, when it comes to Doc Ock, he also tells Harry, listen man, when I turn your suit online, something else happened. You see, across the world, apparently there are different pieces of Stark tech out there, just hidden. But on top of that, they all came online in a matter of a few minutes. Minute by minute, a new one would pop up on my map. And for some strange reason, they're all coming online now. And so you have Harry say, okay, you know what? That is weird. You know what? Let me go out of my way to go around the world to collect all these different pieces of tech, because maybe we could use that to go after our targets, because now he knows who is his targets. He now knows the Cabal. He also knows about Wilson Fisk. But now we have to jump forward to 3 months ago, where we pick up with Harry going after the Shocker, and the Shocker had just defeated Spider-Man. Now, when it comes to Harry, he wants to know more about the gloves the Shocker is using. Really, he wants to know how in the world did the Shocker find the gloves? And you have the Shocker say, listen, I was trying to rob a place, and matter of fact, the man I was robbing from, he basically died from a heart attack. But when I entered the main room, I saw a bunch of lights. I saw a hologram of Tony Stark, but in an Iron Man suit. And then he disappeared. But after disappearing, I realized he left the gloves behind. Now, here's the thing. For Harry, now he knows that Tony is alive, because to the world, they believe that Tony is dead. But now Harry knows, no, he's alive. But also, the gloves Shocker is using came from Tony Stark. And so you have Harry knock out the Shocker and take the gloves away from him. And so now we jump forward to 2 months ago, and now we pick up with Harry and Peter having a drink together at a bar. Now, when it comes to this meeting, it's really more just the two of them kind of talking about the idea of how they became who they are. How did Peter become Spider-Man? How did Harry Osborn become the Green Goblin? Now, for Peter, he believed that Harry had a similar incident like he did when it came to him becoming Spider-Man, that Harry was also confronted by Tony Stark. But you have Harry say, no, listen, I became the Green Goblin the hard way by buying the company and then looking through all the different files of the company to learn there are some bad folks out there that need to be taken care of. Now, once you have the two characters kind of learn about each other origin story, it kind of shows that this was the beginning of their friendship. And so finally getting into the present day, we do pick up with Harry Osborn right now being the Green Goblin, but about to torture Bullseye, Ultimate Bullseye. Now, when it comes to Bullseye, we believed at first that when it came to his ability to be a great marksman was just skills. Come to find out that no, embedded in his skin is some kind of exoskeleton that kind of gives him the ability to be a great marksman. Now, when it comes to Bullseye, he's working for the Kingpin. This is Harry saying, I'm going to torture you until I am able to get all the answers I want from you. And the thing is, I feel like the world is a whole lot safer with you inside of here and not out there killing innocent people. Now, when it comes to Bullseye, he's all like, dude, listen, I understand you want the answers. I'm going to tell you right now, though, I have seen a lot of people wanting to be heroes, but the problem is those heroes are never up to the idea of sacrifice. They have no idea how much they have to sacrifice to be a hero in this world. But for for Harry, he does not care. Harry says, oh, okay, cool, listen, I am going to show the world I'm no longer that boy my dad saw in the past, that now I'm a man. I'm going to show you that I'm going to get the answers I want from you, no matter how long it takes. And the book ends on that note right there. And this is where we are going to end today's comic book video. So please leave me a like down below and subscribe. But guys, see y'all next time. Later.